Hello everyone, myself Shivangi Desai, your instructor for the video series of Data Mining and Business Intelligence. Today's our topic is Bayesian classification. So let's get started. Bayesian classifiers are statistical classifiers. They can predict class membership probabilities such as the probability that a given tuple belongs to a particular class. Bayesian classifiers have also exhibited high accuracy and speed when applied to large databases. Neo-Bayesian classifiers assume that the effect of an attribute value on a given class is independent of the values of the other attribute. This assumption is called class conditional independence. Bayesian classification is highly accurate for the large set of data. Bayesian classification is based on Bayes' theorem. So let's understand what is Bayes' theorem. But before understanding Bayes' theorem, we first need to be familiar with the basic notations. So let's assume that X be a data tuple. In Bayesian terms, X is considered evidence. As usual, it is described by measurements made on a set of n attributes. Let H be some hypothesis such as that the data tuple X belong to a specified class C. For classification problems, we want to determine P of H of X, which is the probability that the hypothesis H holds given the evidence or observed data tuple X. In other words, we are looking for the probability that tuple X belongs to class C given that we know the attribute description of X. Now, in this slide you can see the Bayes' theorem. So let's understand the notations used in Bayes' theorem. First, probability of hypothesis H over X, which is known as posterior probability of H condition on X. Suppose that X is a 35-year-old customer with an income of $40,000. Now, suppose that H is the hypothesis that our customer will buy a computer. Then, probability of hypothesis H on X reflects the probability that customer X will buy a computer given that we know the customer's age and income. Next, probability of X on H, which is known as posterior probability of X condition on H. It is the probability that a customer X is 35-year-old and earns $40,000, given that we know the customer will buy a computer. Next two notation are P of H, which is known as prior probability of H. Probability that the customer will buy a computer regardless of age, credit rating, income, etc. Now here age, credit rating and income are the attribute of customer X. Next, P of X, which is known as prior probability of X. That is the probability that a person from our set of customers is 35 years old, have fair credit rating and earns $40,000. So let's understand Neo-Bayes algorithm using an example. So as you can see in this slide, we have given a table. In this table, we have different records. Now first four column of this table contains the attributes of customer like age, income, student and credit ratings. Whereas the last column is the class label. Here we are trying to predict whether the customer will buy a computer or not, and that is why the value of class label would be yes or no. Whereas the value of age attribute would be any of the three, that is less than equal to 30, 31 to 40 or greater than 40. Value of income attribute would be one of the three possible values, that is low, medium and high. Value of student attribute would be any of the two values, that is yes or no, and the value of the credit rating would be whether it's excellent or fair. So let's start the calculation. First, we need to find out the probability of yes, that is stated here. For finding out this probability, we first need to calculate how many tuples we are considering. So in this example, we have total of 14 records. Out of this 14 records, how many records have the class label yes? So as you can see in this table, we have total of 9 records that has a class label yes. And that is why the probability yes is 9 by 14. Now let's calculate the probability of no. So out of 14, how many tuples has a class label no? And that is why the probability of no is 5 by 14. Now we have to calculate the probability for each and every attribute and every unique value of each of the attributes. Starting from the age. From this table, we know that each has three different values, that is less than equal to 30, 31 to 40 and greater than 40. So we need to calculate the probability for each of the unique value, and that is also for both the class label, that is yes and no. So let's start with the value less than equal to 30 and class label yes. So here you can see that in this table we have totally 14 records, out of which 9 records has class label yes. So out of this 9 labels, how many labels has a value of age less than equal to 30? So you can see that in the table that out of this 9, total of 2 records has value of age less than equal to 30, and that's why the probability of less than equal to 30, and that too for yes label, is 2 by 9. Now let's check for less than equal to 30 and label is no. So we know that out of those 14 records, there are total of 5 records that has class label no. Now let's check that how many of these records has age value less than equal to 30. So as we can see, there are total of 3 records that has class label no and age value is less than equal to 30, and that is why the probability of age less than equal to 30 and no is 3 by 5. We will repeat the same step for age value 31 to 40 and class label yes. So out of 9 records, how many records has age value 31 to 40? So there are total of 4 records that has the age value 31 to 40 and class label yes out of total 9 records, and that is why the probability is 4 by 9. Now again check for 31 to 40 age and class label no. So out of totally 5 records that has class label no, how many records has age value 31 to 40? So as you can notice in this table, there is none of the record that has an age value 31 to 40 and class label no. And that is why the probability is 0 by 5. Now let's check for the age value greater than 40 and class label yes. So check in this table that out of 9 years class label, how many tuples has an age value greater than 40? So you can notice from this table that total 3 tuples has age value greater than 40 and class label yes, and that is why the probability is 3 by 9. Again we check for label no. So out of total 5 class label no, there are 2 labels that has a age value greater than 40, and that's why the probability is 2 by 5. Now we will repeat this procedure for the next attribute, that is income. Income also have a 3 different value, that is low, medium and high. So we have to check that out of total 9 class label, how many class label has an income value high? So as we can see, there are total of 2 records out of 9 that has the income value high, and that's why the probability is 2 by 9. Now check for no. So out of total 5 no class labels, how many income attributes has value high? So as we can see in this table, there are total of 2 records that has income value high and class label no, and that is why the probability is 2 by 5. Now we will repeat the same step for medium and low income value, and after this we get the value for medium and class label yes 4 by 9, medium and class label no 2 by 5, low and class label yes 3 by 9, low and class label no 1 by 5. Now we have to repeat the same step for attribute student. Now check out of total 9 years class label, how many tuples has a value of student yes? So we can see that total 6 tuples has a student value yes, and total 3 tuples has a student value no, and that is why the probability of student no and class label yes is 3 by 9, and probability of student yes and class label yes is 6 by 9. We have to repeat the same step for the class label no, and we will get the answer 4 by 5 and 1 by 5. Now we will repeat the same procedure for credit rating. Here we have 2 different values for credit rating, that is fair and excellent. So we have to check that out of total 9 class label that has a value yes, how many records have a credit rating fair? So from previous table we get to know that there are total of 6 records that has fair credit rating and has a class label 9, and there are total of 2 records that has fair credit rating and class label no. So the probability is 2 by 5. Now we'll check for the excellent. So there are total of 3 records that has credit rating excellent and class label yes. And there are total of 3 records that has credit rating excellent and class label no. So the probability is 3 by 5. So here we have find out the probability for each of the attributes unique value with respect to yes and no class label. Now next step is to find out the probability for unseen sample. So in our example, the unseen sample has this value, that is less than equal to 30, income is equal to low, student is yes, and credit rating is excellent. So we have to find out whether this customer will buy a computer or not, and for that we will find out the probability for yes as well as for no, and for that we have a formula. So here y has a 4 different value, that is less than equal to 30, low, yes and excellent. So we will consider probability of less than equal to 30 and yes multiply by probability of low and yes multiply by probability of yes and probability of excellent and yes multiply by probability of yes. This value will be obtained from the previous table where we have calculated all the probabilities. So first we require the probability of less than equal to 30 and yes. So probability of less than 30 and yes is 2 by 9. So we are considering 2 by 9. Next, probability of low and yes, that is probability of low and yes is 3 by 9. So we have considered 3 by 9. Next, probability of yes and yes, that is 6 by 9. So we are taking 6 by 9. And probability of excellent and yes is 3 by 9. So we are considering 3 by 9. And at last, we are considering the probability of yes, that is 9 by 14. So here we are taking 9 by 14. So final answer is 0.010582. Now we calculate the same thing for probability for class label no. So first we are considering probability of less than equal to 30 and no. So that is 3 by 5. So we are taking 3 by 5. Next, probability of low and no, that is 1 by 5. So we are taking 1 by 5. Next is probability of excellent and no. So that is 3 by 5 and we are considering 3 by 5, and at last probability of no. So that is 5 by 14. So we are taking 5 by 14. Multiplying all these values, we are getting 0.005142. Now we have to make a comparison between both of these answers. So as we know, the answer of probability yes is higher than the probability of no, and that is why we classified this unseen data with the class label of yes. So this is how a naive Bayes classifier works. Now let's understand rule-based classifier. The learned model is represented as a set of if-then rules. Rules are a good way of representing information or bits of knowledge. A rule-based classifier uses a set of if-then rules for classification. And if-then rules is an expression of the form if, condition, then, conclusion. Let's take an example. If we want to say that if the customer has an age is equal to youth, student is equal to years, and then the customer will probably buy the computer, then we will represent this formula using rule-based classification as if age is equal to youth and student is equal to years, then buys computer is equal to yes. The if part of a rule is known as the rule antecedent or precondition, whereas the then part is then rule consequent. In the rule antecedent, the condition consists of one or more attribute taste. For example, age is equal to youth, student is equal to yes, or credit rating is equal to excellent, etc. that are logically ended. The rule's consequent contains a class prediction. R1 can also be written as in the form that is given in this figure. If the condition in a rule antecedent holds true for a given tuple, we say that the rule antecedent is satisfied and that the rule covers the tuple. That's it for this lecture. Thank you.